Good. My name's Makayla. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
How are you today?
We are lovely. Got a lot going on.
Yeah, yeah, got a lot of difficulties, a lot of press conferences going.
Oh my gosh, yes. But
Um,
it's good. It's all a part of the job.
all part of the job. Okay, and you're United States, correct? You're representing them?
Yep,
Okay, so we're gonna get started with the questions, if that's okay.
perfectly fine.
So our first question for you is, what proof did or information can you give us to confirm that Niger is? Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up. That
Molly.
Niger is. Oh, Mali, sorry. Is committing war crimes against their country and their people.
So we received the information from our intelligence officers, and we are still under investigation, or we are still investigating what has happened in the region. But it's still under investigation. We're hoping to bring in other partners, but nothing can be confirmed just yet. But our intelligence did report to us that it was the government as of now. But like I said, investigation is underway.
Would you believe it could be?
I, as someone who is fond of evidence, would prefer to wait until we have conclusive evidence, but our initial response is that Molly did, the government did, but once again, investigation.
Waiting for the evidence. Okay, that's fair enough. Has Nigeria has stated that you guys helped with rebuilding the mine that collapsed? Was that because of the uranium that's also in there, and that may have an effect on your country?
We want to help bring stability to the region, and so we are offering our financial and developmental assistance to Niger because it more of an overarching, not necessarily is going to benefit us, but we want more stability in the region. And this is a tragedy that has affected them and it will affect their economy. So we really want to help support and boost them to where they can promote stability. So it's more of that, more so than direct help for us.
Besides the helping rebuild, what else are you gonna try and do to help them with the mine collapse and the families that have been hurt and all of this tragedy and everything like that?
So concerning the mines, we are trying to get assistance, or we're trying to get approved from our Congress and the president that trying to get developmental assistance like advisors and to help actually physically rebuild it. Financial support we hope to come in the form of COVID relief to the country. But as far as the mining and rebuilding the mine, then that we hope would be more developmental and tackling it hands-on.
I have a question. So I noticed that September last year, 2020, that you did provide some assistance to Niger with, like, I know you had a $150 million package towards 4 countries. So I know sometimes with, getting new relief packages for countries that, like, goes to the Congress and takes time. So how fast would you say can new relief, if they need it for the rebuilding of the mine, how fast can that come in? you know.
Well, that's a wonderful question. With our new president, we're hoping it will go a little bit more quickly than our previous president for many reasons, but we're still unsure. Hoping it'll go by. After personally speaking with him earlier today, he seems very willing and hopeful to be able to offer assistance. So I think willing, hopefully it'll move a lot faster than it did before.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. And the last question that we have for you is, how did you come about with your alliance with Niger?
Well, we want to build. We have relatively decent, good relations with those countries in the Sahel, and so our alliance is more of we are there to be a mediator and offer support to not just Niger, but to all the countries. And even though we are discussing with Mali some issues, then we're hoping to work through those. And our alliance is more so not necessarily countrywide, even though we are very close with Niger. It's more based throughout the entire region.
Okay. Did you, well, obviously you're aware, or maybe not, that Niger and Mali are also have an alliance together. And you said that you guys are kind of working with your issues with Mali. So like, how does that affect you as a country as a whole, knowing that you're in an alliance with someone who's you're still kind of enemies with?
Yeah, we're still not, I would not label us as enemies quite yet. I would say since the investigation is still underway, our initial reports have told us, but we're hoping with this next round of meetings, we can meet personally, bilaterally. We've requested to meet with Molly so we can discuss um, our perceptions and any disinformation that might be going around, because we do need to establish or maintain solid relationships, because before this we did have solid relationships, but we're very worried about the citizens in the southeast region. We, no matter if it is from the government or terrorists in the region, citizens should not be dying. So either way, we need to solve that issue.
So was it the war crimes that have recently happened that has kind of created this rift between you and Mali, or is it more to it, but like behind the scenes that we are not aware of?
Well, beginning with the summit, we have evidence that they hacked our Twitter account, and so we are dealing with that, and we had to handle that crisis before we were able to move on. But then following, we received the information that they potentially started or committed war crimes against their citizens. So it just seems to be building on one another at the moment. Does not mean that we cannot overcome it. We will talk with them hopefully in a few minutes and work together with them to handle the situation and come to better terms. And hopefully we can figure out what is going on, find the truth, because we don't know yet. We're still under investigation. So.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Do you have any more questions?
I do have one question.
He has another question for you.
Based on your alliance in Niger, I know that Niger and France are really, like close. Like, Niger, most of their foreign exchange, exchange and stuff deals with France, and I just wanted to know how that affects the U.S. because with France being like a primary source for Niger, and like my understanding is like if you're in a relationship with another country, that country should help you. So, where is the U.S. coming with this relief fund? Like knowing that like Niger and France, are like two like really close countries when it comes to like the foreign aid and exchange and stuff.
Well, we're really close with France as well, and building. We have an alliance, and we have great relationships with them. We have for years, but coming together, we're both discussing humanitarian aid to provide to the region. So there's not only just a lot of bilateral. There's a lot of multiple parties coming together, which is the purpose of this summit. Like, we're really appreciative that, especially France and especially all the countries willing to invest not only funds and monetary assistance, but to assist developmental needs to the region. We're really appreciative. So they're not just bilateral relationships going on right now. There's a lot of multilat happening, and that's wonderful to see. Exactly why we came together here to do this.
Well, that sounds awesome. We appreciate your time. Thank you for talking to us. If we have any more questions, we'll be reaching out to you, obviously. And if you have anything else that you want to say, then go for it. Go ahead and say it. Or if you want to come back and say something, just reach out to us.
I think we're good right now, but I'm excited to see where the next round of negotiations go. It's going to be a long night, but hopefully we can make some headway.
What happens between you guys and Mali? I hope you guys get that settled.
I hope so too. It's fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, you have a good day and don't work too hard.
Thank you, sweetie. I'll see you. Bye.